Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the Rok Podcast.
Dun, 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 dun. I like this intro music.
Yeah, it's real good when you don't sing to it, though.
Christa, sing. Dun, 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 dun. Sing!
Beatbox.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, you know what? We better stop.
All right, we just
Rock
lost
Nation,
every fan that
we
was out there.
are here. And boy, we got an interesting guest today. Her name is Christa Boudreau, and she's from Simply Ayurvedic. Have you ever heard of this, Mike?
No, I haven't, actually. Tell
Lou?
me something.
Mr. Producer?
What is Ayurveda?
Exactly, and we're going to find out today what is Ayurveda. Our guest is extremely passionate about it, and after you hear her story, you're going to understand why. Welcome, Christa. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. Of course, when we first talked, you knew I was interested. You sort of fit what we're doing here, too. We take an holistic approach here with training and sort of the regimens that we have around here. And when I met you, you told me a little bit about Ayurveda. We kept it brief because I wanted to save it for the podcast, and I'm just glad it worked out. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Ayurveda, it's more of an holistic, I don't know if you want to call it a healing system from India. Is that how you look at it?
I look at it more as an ancient holistic healthcare system.
Okay. And so, I've done a little reading. So it seems like the basis of it is all on the, what do you want to call it? The mind, body, and spirit. Correct. Sort of, that's where the balance lies in leading a healthy life, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, because I understand the base of it, go into a little bit more of what Ayurveda is and how it would help people that train. And maybe we'll touch base on how it helps other people that don't even train, that may be having health issues. Because I know this practice is not just for people that have health issues. It's more of a preventative medicine too, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, yeah, if you can go into, for our listening audience that is into fitness, into training, how would this benefit them?
I'm going to back it up just a little bit.
Sure.
With the Ayurvedic principles are based on the 5 elements. And then those 5 elements are also relate to the 3 doshic types, which is an energetic life force within us. And those actually set up our personal characteristics, how our mind works, our physical characteristics, everything, how the body works, everything along those lines.
So when you say doshic,
yes.
Hey, watch your mouth.
So when you say doshic, and I'm going back to where I was before I met you. Okay. What is doshic to the person out there that is completely unaware of this?
They are the 3 energetic forces that are within every single person and every single part of nature itself. Okay. Any living force. And
so name the 3 doshas, right?
Yes. Although in Sanskrit they would say dosas.
Dosa, okay.
Yeah. You have Vata, which are the elements based off of air and ether. You have Pitta, which is fire and water. And then Kapha, which is the heaviest of the elements, earth and water.
All right. You said I was a Kapha before.
We all have all 3 doshas within us.
I'm just more dominant in the Kapha.
I would have to do a full.
Oh, okay. That's
thing.
All right.
That means you have a more feminine gene in you.
Stop. All right.
Well,
so
if he's imbalanced, he would become more stubborn.
Oh. I'm more stubborn?
Well, if you're imbalanced.
Imbalanced?
Imbalanced.
Really?
That makes sense.
All right, wait. I'm going to have her rewind because I want you to go back to what you were talking about.
Okay.
So it's all based off of all of this stuff. So go into what you were saying. I just wanted to define what the doshas were so that if you use that as a baseline in how you're describing all this, they have an idea of where you're coming from. So there's Vata, Pitta, and Kapha.
Correct.
All right. We're going to have a test later. Pay attention. All right, go ahead.
Well, the elements, they each have qualitative ways to them. For example, if you're working with somebody that has a lot of fire within their body, their qualities are going to be heat and light and sharp and drying, things of like that nature. Air would obviously be light, drying, cold. Earth, heavy, cold. And then you have like water would be moisture, or moisturizing, however you want to look at that. Moist, that's the word I'm looking for.
A lot of people don't like that word.
I don't know why. Heavy and cold, and these are the type of qualities that we work with in Ayurveda, because Ayurveda is a very qualitative way of living. We look at everything in that manner. So when we eat certain foods, they all have certain qualities to them, which could, if you eat too much of it, you're going to create an imbalance in your body or your mind or your spirit.
So, all right, I'm a Kapha.
Too little of it, same
if
thing.
you did an assessment, let's just make believe. If you did an assessment and you said, I'm more dominant in the Kapha, those things that you describe for a Kapha, are you saying that's part of my characteristics within me? So I'm a more heavy, cold person kind of thing? Is that what you mean?
In a qualitative way, yes.
Oh, wow.
When I meet with a client, I sit down and I gather all the information so I can determine, because like I said before, everybody has all three of them in there, but in Ayurveda, there's not one size fits all. Everybody is unique in their own separate way. So I actually said you were more Pitta.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
But you have
What's Pitta again?
Pitta is the fire and water.
Okay. That sounds better.
Well,
right.
But I can also see the Kapha as well. I see more Pitta, but then I see Vata too. Because each of them have their own characteristics, and that's the things that I look for when I'm meeting with a client, so I can determine, as I put it with my clients, I'm putting together the puzzle that makes up them.
And then based on that, what you see, do you know how to communicate better with them as well? Because you know, or you've assessed that they have these characteristics.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of people are very spacey. They jump from one subject to another subject, kind of. They're the ones that have a tendency to... They're very good in sales. They're like the fly-by-the-seat kind of people. It's the air, it's the movement, it's constantly going. Pitta people are very structured, where they are very orderly. They like to come in, they take on a job, and they're going to do everything that they can do to finish that job on time, very, very structured, like or very structured way.
Okay.
Your Kaphas are the slower ones. They're the heavier of the elements. However, they are your most dependable people.
Okay.
It may take them forever to get it done, but they will get it done.
Okay. All right. So, now that we've defined these three doshas or dosas, how do you say it?
In
Dosha?
Sanskrit, you say dosas.
Okay.
And then in the Western society, you say dosha.
All right, we'll say dosha. It's easier for me. All right, so let me ask you this. Go back to what you were saying before when you do an assessment.
Okay.
So I come in, you do an assessment of what? Is it questions, or do you do anything else?
We do many things. It's about an hour and a half process. You come in. I have paperwork that I've already sent to you, which asks you everything underneath the sun. I need to know what your eating habits are, what you actually eat, when you eat, how you eat, meaning do you sit at a table? Do you say grace? Do you, or are you eating in front of the TV in the living room or that type of thing? I ask about your digestion, your bowel movements.
Oh, my God.
I ask about every little nook and cranny about you.
What's the weirdest question? Like when you first got into this, because I'm going, oh, my God. When you saw all the questions that you asked, what's the weirdest one?
I I don't know.
She doesn't want to tell us.
No, because they're not.
Come on.
At my dinner table,
it
we
out.
freely talk about feces, you know?
What?
So it's
Come
like
on.
normal day to day in our world.
All right.
Or if somebody's walking by, ooh, look at that. You know,
I chose
okay.
the worst time to eat.
That's right. Lou's eating right now.
Good luck with that.
You know, going off of feces, I never, ever thought I would use that as a segue. But a lot of what you do is based on digestion, right?
Absolutely.
So go into that because I know a lot of people, and I'm sure you do. I mean, it's just, it seems like everybody has digestion issues.
Yes.
How do you, I mean, how would you help somebody with that?
I would do the full evaluation at the beginning, just as normal. But in Ayurveda, the doshas, everything is stemmed around the digestive system. If you don't have a healthy digestive system, that's where the dosas actually come out of their home. I guess you could, they each are tied to a certain organ and things like that. They venture out into the body, and then they start floating around into the body in a layman's terms. And then they find that weak spot within the body, and then they will plant themselves. Dosas, and see, I'm going to say it the other way. Doshas are made to create havoc within the body.
So it's almost like a cancer.
It can be.
Yeah.
You know,
it's one of those invasive enemies in your body.
Right. If you in Ayurveda teaches you how to maintain them, so they actually benefit you. Versus, you can see their qualities. You know, because everybody has a wonderful quality about them. It's when the imbalances occur that you get your dis-ease.
Okay, got you. Dis-ease. I
Yes.
got that. All right.
Thank you.
There seems like there's so much more to this.
There's a lot.
Because as you talk, I feel like it's a spider web. Like it just goes like that, where you guys are even though you're in this practice, you're probably still learning. Am I correct?
Every day.
Yeah. I could just tell by all the venturing off that you're doing. I've asked 3 veering off questions, and we're going all over the place with it. Which is, it makes it more interesting.
You should have seen me when my Vata was extremely imbalanced. And
Your Vata.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the mind.
Okay.
Vata in the mind. I would jump from one subject to one subject. 8 different subjects within one sentence. That was me.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm sure you've met people out there like that.
Yeah, you're sitting right across from one of them.
No,
See,
my
that's what I
memory's
said.
bad.
Well,
That's a
your,
Vata
your
imbalance
Vata.
as
Oh,
well.
that's my Vata?
Yeah, you have a major imbalance in your Vata.
Oh, okay.
I
Like
could listen to
majorly.
your pulse and let you know right now.
What?
Do it.
Yeah, do it. Listen, I mean, you can't listen to my pulse
We consider it listening to the pulse.
by feeling my pulse.
I listen to your pulse.
Wait a minute. All right, come on.
It's an energetic pulse that I can read the doshas, or I listen to the doshas and what they want
Can
to
you
tell
do that
me.
right now?
Absolutely.
All right, do whatever you need to do. Do I just give you my hand?
No.
What do I do?
Do
Uh-oh.
I have to disconnect and stuff.
All right, do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
People on Facebook.
Because they can still hear you on Facebook Live.
Okay. I don't know if you need to disconnect.
Okay. I'm gonna stay on the system. What do I do?
That one.
This one? Okay.
I kind of just need you to relax.
I'm relaxing. Now she's taking my pulse.
It's not that kind of pulse.
Oh. I'm
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, you have
Pulse, that would be the bit.
I'm still alive, guys. What is Lou doing? She pressed harder.
yeah, because you're dead. She can't find a pulse.
Well, your Vigority, I had it nailed. Or your, and that's, yeah. Thank you for sharing your pulse with me.
Sure.
All right, so from
Now she knows your whole life,
no,
everything.
I only did Prakriti and Vikriti. So.
Your criminal background, your
I
political
go into all
background.
the sub-doshas, and
Oh. All right, I'm anxious to hear what you're going to say to me.
it's nothing that I haven't told you already.
All right.
So I use Pulse it's one of our examination type things
Right.
that we do when we meet with a client. And then I use it for my confirmation after I get all my information. I have what I have put together, and then what I picked up on the readings of the pulse, I use that to confirm everything that I just put together, which was, yes, your Prakriti, which is your main constitution that you are born with at the moment of, not born, actually at conception. You are a Pitta Vata, and then your Vikriti, which is your imbalance, is the Vata Pitta. Vikriti?
Vikriti.
Yes.
Okay, what information did it give you?
That's all I asked for, so that's all I wanted.
Okay, so if I said, all right, I'm Pitta Vata, what are you going to tell me? What's wrong with me?
You'd have to tell me what you're feeling. What kind of symptoms are you feeling or experiencing or have
in
been
life?
Yes.
Okay.
Digestively, mentally, on your day-to-day, that
all
type
right,
of
I
thing.
can tell you. I don't mind sharing.
Okay.
Okay.
He has complete memory loss.
That's a Vata imbalance.
Can't control his bowels.
No, I'm fine in that sense.
All right.
But I experience severe anxiety, panic attacks.
Vata.
There's an element of social phobia. Believe it or not, I'm in the gym with people, but there's an element of
I would
that.
say that's more
Claustrophobic.
Okay.
What else?
How are your bowel
Bad
movements?
dreams. How are my what?
Bowel movements.
Fine.
What do you consider fine?
Regular, scheduled.
When is that?
When is it?
Yeah.
Morning.
Is it as
Noon,
soon as you wake up
night.
in the morning, or do you have to have a cup of coffee to go in the morning?
No, it's
are they like
ASAP.
rabbit?
No, it's
little
ASAP.
Things, or does it? Okay, this is
It's
gonna
of
be kinda
regular
gross.
consistency.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'll get
All right.
gross. Does
Talk
it pinch and
poop.
clean?
Pitch and clean, you said?
Pinch and clean. Like, can you
Pinch.
just drop and go?
No, there's,
All right, so then
there's a little bit of
This is
dirtiness.
fantastic.
I love it.
do you
Poopy talk.
when your bowel movement goes into the toilet, does it float or does it sink?
Sink.
Okay.
I'm heavy.
Well, that just shows that you have toxins within your body.
Oh, yeah. I know I do.
We all do.
Yeah.
That's why I found this so amazing.
Yeah.
Then is it because, see, you got the 3 different doshas, so they each have an ideal type of bowel movement.
Mm-hmm.
But with your constitution, it should be like a shape of a banana. One
True.
shape of a banana, soft to the point where when it goes down, it's going to actually break apart slightly when you flush the toilet.
Yeah.
No skid marks. Skid
Right.
marks are bad.
10-4. You're on it.
Yeah.
Wow. Now we know how I poop.
Why are skid marks bad?
It's too much heat in the body.
Oh, so somebody's got skid marks.
It's okay.
Yeah, my kids. They never clean the toilet when they're done.
I can't believe we are talking about this. So this is, however, this is all the stuff that you ask in an assessment.
Yes, along with I do a tongue I look at your tongue and I can read your tongue. I also do all the
Wow.
Yeah.
This is pretty interesting. Now,
so
do you
if
do
you
it?
really do have anxiety,
Yeah.
because I was going to ask if I could look at your tongue, because I was going to be like, because I can tell if there's malabsorption. I can tell if you have certain organs that are issues with your body. I can tell if you have anxiety by looking at your tongue.
What if it has something to do with the mind?
Anxiety is with the mind.
How can you tell from the tongue, though?
If your tongue shakes,
Oh.
then it's a sign of anxiety. I can also feel that in the pulse, but I didn't listen for that, so I didn't want to know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, anxiety is bad. Very bad.
Stick out your tongue for me. It's not as bad as you think it is.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But there's a lot of dehydration in there.
Yeah. Boom. Why? Okay, if I experience bad anxiety and you say it's not as bad as I think it is, how do you help with that then?
I would still do. So when I work with a client, I work with them in different kind of ways where I create, because many people in our society like their quick fix, where they'll go to the over-the-counter and they'll get
Right.
their Tylenol for headaches or
I don't want to
whatnot.
do that.
Well, I still create an herbal formula for the digestion, because in Ayurveda, everything begins in the digestion. So if you have a mental issue thing going on, then It stemmed from the digestion and it moves to the mind. So we always start there. But then I also create a mind herbal formula. So that way it can counteract that way. But I also recommend to my clients certain things they can do in their lifestyle that will also help with that anxiety, like deep breathing from the abdomen. Like everybody take a deep breath. If you go, that's
right. It's got to be from the diaphragm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I also do foods, that are going to counteract the qualities of the symptoms that you're experiencing. I'll use the opposite qualities that are in certain foods. So that way, hey, put a little bit more of this into your diet. Or there's Nasya oils that would be phenomenal for the anxiety. Like we do neti pot. You know what the neti pot is?
I've tried that.
It's very good for sinuses.
Yep.
And that's the other thing about Ayurveda. It's all like based on your everything along those lines.
I have 6.
I know. I'm like kind of like, but we digest all different ways through our hearing, our listening. Or I just said that, but the eyes, what we smell and what we taste and all that. So when we keep those feeling blissful, we're going to live a healthier and longer life. But then we treat people with the mind through the nose by using a Nasya oil, which can be enriched with herbs.
Now, can you get that
things.
at any supplement store? No.
No.
So you have to order that or do they go through you for that type of treatment?
They can go through me because I work very closely still with my school, which they have the little gift shop up there, and then I also I have in Ayurveda in the Western Society. I'm going to back it up just a little bit. Back in the 60s is when Ayurveda was brought to the U.S.
Okay.
That's when it was first kind of discovered that he couldn't treat anybody with herbs because our digestive systems were so messed up. Mm-hmm. So he started creating topical treatments with herbs and things like that.
So it was so bad he couldn't give us herbs that he had to start off with something that
you put it right under your skin.
Absorbed through the skin.
Right.
Eventually,
because it bypasses the digestive system.
Then, as they got used to that,
he still uses them. It's Dr.
Really?
Lad.
Okay.
He's a phenomenal. He's like who I go through when I need something in particular. Like you were talking about massages earlier. We do Abhyanga, which is a self-love massage. Every morning I do this to myself instead of putting on like a normal lotion or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you put your oils on, and there's a certain technique of doing it, and like here in your arm, you would go long wise, but then on your joints, you go in circular motions, that type of thing. But
you do this every day?
Every day. And then depending on what season it is, depending on your prakriti, depending on your vikriti, depending on all these different types of things,
this is deep.
Will depend on what kind of oil you want to use, because those oils are going to be infused with either herbs. That's why I like to go through Dr. Lad, because he makes the ones with the herbs and whatnot. But then you can also go very basic and use sesame oil for
this is why people need to see you.
Yes.
Because obviously I don't have time to research and find out how to do all this. You help people with that.
Yes.
So
I tell them what they need.
Yeah, depending on what the situation is, preventative or if they have an illness or what have you. Now, you guys don't make claims to heal any type of disease.
No.
Is it more that we're assisting?
Can I back up again?
Yeah, sure.
When I was in school, I went to school there's different levels of an Ayurvedic person, I guess you could say. I started off with level 1 because they taught you with like herbs and foods and a lot of, everything.
Sure.
The second year that I started going into was to become a practitioner. If you look online, you'll see a lot of practitioners. But that's when I took a steer, and then I went more into the energy work versus practitioner, because I felt I was becoming too much of a doctor. And there are Ayurvedic doctors. It's when you get those high levels, you can go talk with them as far as if you have a severe cancer patient, things like that. But usually by the time it's already gotten that point, it's
so
not much you can do.
Or are we again talking about that invasive? What do you call it? The invasive enemy. within the body.
The dosha.
The dosha.
The
yeah.
dosha.
Yeah.
The
okay.
dosha means to create havoc.
Right. Okay. So at that point, when somebody's in a terminal state,
right,
it's essentially almost too late.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I got you. Now, let me just ask you one question. It may
But
take
don't
us.
quote me.
Okay. It may
There's
take us
miracles happens every
backwards.
day.
It may take us backwards a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get involved in this?
When I was 30, I was diagnosed with MS and
Multiple sclerosis.
Yes.
Parentheses.
yes. I had already lost both my parents due to bad illness and health issues, so I was not one that was not going to listen to my doctors. So I did everything that they told me to do with the shots and the prescriptions to offset other things, and it. You know, every time I would go in, they would throw me a steroid or they would throw me a new prescription on their prescription pad. I had never actually felt like I had MS in my life until I was put on. Well, until they put me on the medication.
Oh yeah.
I had experienced many side effects. That's what I always called them.
Do you know what you were on? What type of meds?
A little bit. Yep. I was on Copaxone for my shots every day. She gave me, when I went in, because I thought she was going to tell me I was a scientific mystery because the nurse's assistant or whatever kept calling me, telling me that 6 months of testing, everything kept coming back fine.
Oh, okay.
Except for my Lyme's disease. That had a false positive. So I was like, oh, dang.
Right.
Because that can be reversed most of the time. Excuse me. So anyway, though, they kept throwing stuff at me. That last symptom that I was willing to take was the Bell's palsy. I'm in sales, so you can't take the face, you know.
Right. And that's, for those that don't know, I think Bell's palsy is, you're almost like in a stroke state, right?
I turned around.
You're paralyzed in the face?
My husband and I came in from outside, and my son had turned the TV channel, you know, and I made a face, you know, like a sarcastic face, and I turned around immediately at my husband because I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't tell, and I could see it in his face. He rushed me to the ER, and I told him, you know the rules. We have to wait 24 hours, and then we did determine if it's MS related or not. He's like, no.
Yeah.
So,
did he think you were having a stroke?
Yeah. Half the face goes numb,
Yeah.
you know, and I was like that for about 30 days.
Yeah.
And they were about to put me on steroids when I was on a weekend getaway with my girlfriends, and I was doing, you know, like the 16-year-old haircut where it covered half your face, you know?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh, yeah, you remember those days? Yeah. And my one friend knew a massage therapist out that way, so she's like, let's get massages before we go out. And so when I was waiting for my turn, I turned on what I thought was going to be a really cool movie on Netflix. It turned out to be so much more. The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. It's like a law of attraction type show, and I had no idea that next day that my life would have changed. She said she knew about facial paralysis, but she didn't touch my face at all. Mm-hmm. So that next morning I woke up and all the pulling was gone in my face. When you have Bell's palsy, it droops and everything like that, but underneath you're getting pulled in so many different directions. It's ridiculous. So that next day the pulling was gone. It was the first thing that anybody had done in over 30 days, so I knew there was something to it.
And who did this to you?
Her name is Sandy Pierce. She's out of Lake Geneva, a massage therapist.
So it's a massage therapist. She did a nice plug.
I know, I thought so too.
So she did this for you through massage.
Yeah.
But was her background in Ayurveda?
No.
Oh, so this just happened. Now what?
I knew that there was something more to this, and that's exactly what I said in my world. So I stopped working for a year, and my whole focus went into treating myself. I stopped taking my meds because
Whoa, that's a big step.
We don't recommend that to our clients by any means, but this is where I was. You know, I was like, I had never felt like this before in my life. I went in for contacts and came out with MS. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was pretty dramatic. And so I made it dramatic. I started reading the ingredients that are on the boxes of food. I got very angry at the FDA and, and everything along those lines. And I started dabbling in acupuncture. I started dabbling in yoga. I started going to the Chinese Oriental medicine school, because I was looking for ways to treat myself holistically versus putting myself or giving myself a shot every single day along with all the other pills.
Nice. And then you ran into Ayurveda how? Online? You talked to somebody?
No, they fell into my lap, I guess you could say. A year had gone by.
She says that with a glowing smile, too. So people can't see that, but it's like you can read on your face.
Ever so grateful.
Yeah.
So grateful. Because after that year, I was sitting in a steam room.
Yes, that's right.
I was sitting in a steam room, and anybody with MS knows that heat is the worst enemy, period, because it's what brings out, however MS affects you, it brings out your side effects.
They say that heat is for MS?
Yeah, absolutely. Humid and heat.
Why do people go south with MS then?
No clue.
Okay.
Maybe they have it under control. I don't know.
No, I've worked in the medical field before. And
I would say arthritis. My dad always had
these are people
arthritis.
with MS.
Yeah, heat was.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah, heat always. It's my worst enemy. It's like I feel like I'm on Finding Nemo.
What is Finding Nemo?
You guys don't have kids?
That's the first thing people say. You don't have kids?
So anyway, I'm sitting in a steam room, and that's how it affected me. It affected my vision, hence why I went in for contacts and, came out with the MS. But I would get black dots, and eventually my field of vision would turn completely dark. But I was sitting in a steam room, and I was enjoying it. And I was doing a hydrotherapy in Mexico. It was really awesome stuff. But not one dot, and it didn't even dawn on me. So a year had passed of me treating myself, and that's when I realized, oh my gosh, it's working, so.
Hey, I got
that's when I chopped off my hair.
We got a question for you.
Absolutely.
It's from Carly. She sent in a...
How do you spell Carly?
Karlee.
We know Carly.
Okay, Carly.
Hi, Carly.
I'm going to read your question here. What are your thoughts on probiotics?
They're good for you. However, the Western society overdoes it.
With probiotics? I know there's a prebiotic, too, I think.
You need the good bacteria within your body.
Right.
In Ayurveda, it's actually one of my recommendations for my clients because it's all to help the digestive aid or aid your digestion. But we do what we call a lassi, and it is 1 part yogurt, 2 parts water, 2 parts or 3 parts, I can't think of it offhand, but water. The yogurts that we have today, like if you go to the store and you get your Dannon yogurt and everything like that, it's not so good for you by any means. So we actually teach people how to make their own yogurt. And,
oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, but you only need 1 ounce a day.
Of yogurt?
Of a lassi.
Oh, a lassi.
Which is 1 part yogurt and then the other 2 parts of water.
Let me ask you this.
So it's watered down yogurt.
Okay. And that's it?
That's it.
What about the water? Are you a firm believer in the right pH in water?
Depending on your constitutional need.
Okay. So that comes into play now, too. Okay. So everyone could be
Everything comes into play based on what that particular body and person needs.
So everybody, it's on a case by case. Okay.
Yes. There's no one size fits all.
Right. Okay.
Or most.
All right. I am ready for some breaking. I want to hear breaking news.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, here's something. Question.
Answer.
What is the most feared disease by Americans today?
Disease?
Yeah.
Don't give me the answer yet. Let's take a poll here.
MS.
Yeah, for you, yes, very true. I'm going to say... What did he say? getting fat.
That's real close. Obesity is up there.
Obesity
is one of the deadliest diseases in
Yeah.
America. Hey, nice job, Juma.
That answer came from a guy that has like 2% body fat.
Negative 2%.
Right. I'm going to say disease, huh? You would have to think it's like a cancer. For me, it would be like pancreatic cancer, just because of how fast it goes. But cancer in general.
Okay.
What about you, Lou?
What do you think, Lou?
Or does he know the answer?
Probably.
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. What would you have said?
Probably the same thing.
What would you have said, Mike?
I would have said AIDS.
AIDS? Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's pretty fast. It can be, but they have stuff out there now.
What about Zika?
Yeah, but AIDS you can get from anybody. Blood transfusions, sexual intercourse, the whole nine. I mean, I don't know.
All right, what is it? What's the answer?
It's cancer.
It is?
Brain cancer, to be specific.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, how it affects you in every way of your body. I could see that. Now, that's not breaking news, though.
No, it's not, but it was news.
Okay.
Here's the breaking news. I know we don't go political on this show very often, but we're going to this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's going to be about Lou's good friend, Hillary Clinton.
What?
Yes, definitely. It's about her. Everybody heard that she passed out and was real sick. There's been rumors of her being real sick for years now.
Mm-hmm.
And besides all that, the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, is talking about...
Is it committee or convention?
Or committee, sorry.
Yeah. We can have a convention.
They did have a convention.
Yeah, they did.
It's committee. Are talking about potential replacements for Hillary Clinton.
Get out.
Yes, sir.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they just said that she did not show up to a place that she was supposed to be at.
Today?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I guarantee she's in horrible shape. I mean, she's been dealing with this stuff for years, and it's been kept under wraps.
You know why it's coming out, though, I think? And this has nothing to do with my stance politically. The amount of traveling that these people do for this campaigning.
Well, I know.
Not only for the primaries, but now for the general election. These guys are moving every day. Planes, speaking engagements, what have you.
Nonstop.
I can't imagine doing that.
It's very Vada vitiating.
Very what? Vada?
The Vada.
Uh-huh.
Air and ether.
I'm going to get this stuff, I swear. Vada,
It
what
took
did
me
you
a
say?
long time.
Officiating?
Vitiating.
Vitiating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what did you mean by that?
It creates the imbalance in the Vada.
Okay. So for her...
Well, you got to think, too, these running mates are not spring chickens. I mean, they're 70 years old.
Yep.
I think,
I was going to go
I think
there.
Trump's 70 and Clinton's 68, maybe, something like that. But
I thought she was
they're
older.
right there.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Did you see that video when she went in I think it was an SUV or something?
They were holding her up by a pole.
Yeah.
Using the pole to balance her. And then they want her to take a step forward into the...
I was wondering where that came from.
Everybody, welcome Donald Trump.
Nobody could hear that.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was crazy. Her feet were just being
Yeah,
dragged
it
across
was.
the ground. It almost looked like Weekend at Bernie's.
They say pneumonia.
Weekend at Bernie's. That was
They're
a funny
making her wave to everybody, holding their hand up. Hey, everybody, I'm okay.
Can you imagine them carrying her up to the debate?
He put her glasses on her, dark glasses on her, so nobody could see their
This
eyes
is just
closed.
wrong.
They got the strings moving our hands. And, hey.
How would you talk? How would you get her to talk at a debate?
You would have to get like the best what's it called? The guys
Ventriloquist.
Ventriloquist. But did you see when I saw a couple different things when she had that coughing jag and when she barked? Is that real?
Yeah, that's real.
She really barked.
Yeah.
What was it about? I mean, what was the content before that made her bark, or did she just bark?
Well, you know that they created that to make her look dumb. I'm pretty sure she probably had something that built up.
Yeah, see, I don't know. And I give it,
the
it's
credibility.
with a grain of salt.
Right.
Yeah.
But
They're all those, what do they call that, sound bites?
Yeah.
Where, okay, what
she
was
hasn't
really,
denied having brain injuries, concussions, and whatnot. So,
Yeah, I know she's
which
admitted
can
to
lead
that.
to seizures.
Right.
But
what, you know what? You really do have to think about this. If she is elected, where does she go from here if she's really in bad shape? Why would she even be elected? If I knew I had some type of like brain injury or something else that would compromise my decision making, well, why would I do that to the people?
People want power, bro.
Yeah, it's power. It was sort of an open-ended question. It's got to be about power. Otherwise, if you really cared, you would step down and say, you know what, I want to do this. I have a passion to do this. I want to help the American people, but this is bigger than me now.
at the same time, though, she could be thinking, hey, I'm getting better, or,
True.
there's medicines out there for me to be stable. And she might be having spells, This might have just been some bad luck on our biggest day of mourning, on September 11th, 15th year anniversary, and she happens to just go down. But who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's crazy.
Who are they talking about being her replacement, do they say?
Well, I got a phone call this morning, and I had to
Turn it down?
I respectfully declined the offer. I don't know if I can.
You don't
do
have the
4
time right now?
years. We got the gym, we got the podcast. There's a lot of things going on,
There's a lot of
and
listeners depending on you.
you're right.
Think about it, man.
Yeah,
Just think of all the listeners that would donate to your campaign. I think you would make about $10, towards your campaign.
no,
Yeah.
probably about 15 at
15?
least. Yeah, I can.
What would be your campaign?
I could put an ad in the last page of the Journal Sentinel.
What would be your campaign headline? What, like Donald is "Make America Great Again"? What's Hillary's? That says a lot about marketing, right there. If I can't,
I think it just says Hillary.
no,
Yeah,
it does not.
I'm not sure. Mine would be vote for me or I'll kill you.
Jeez. Is that the military slogan?
No, that would be mine.
Your slogan. All right. I don't like your campaign.
I think Hillary is...
Well, look,
What
half
is
the
Hillary's?
people in America would be afraid of that.
Hold on, I think I found it. It says Hillary's is
Is the
Monica Lewinsky's ex-boyfriend's wife.
Who's Monica Lewinsky? What did she do? Skip it. Forget it.
She is.
No.
She's an Olympic gold medalist.
Anyways, all right. Let's talk about something more positive.
Did you hear about Ryan Lochte?
No.
That
Is he on Dancing with the
Why
Stars?
is he on Dancing
he's
with the
on
Stars?
Dancing with the Stars, and 2 guys came out of the crowd to attack him.
Get out
And protest.
on TV.
On TV.
Yeah, they were protesting, no lock day kind of thing, and the
That
security
is-
guards came out and tackled them.
That's PR.
I don't know,
That
man.
no. That's
No,
staged.
That's real protest.
No, I know, but it's staged,
I don't know.
Why?
dude.
Why would
A
it be staged?
dancing show.
Yeah.
I know it's big time TV, but
don't
it's
like
also reality TV. I don't
And
care
it's-
what you say. It's a competition, but it's not a competition.
Jamal would take him down if he was here.
Take who down?
Lochte.
Oh, all right, Lochte's a swimmer. But in any event, no, that was a stage. That's a PR stunt.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Did you see it?
I think,
there was more
I saw it.
protesters in the crowd.
There were what?
There was more protesters in the crowd. Those are just the two guys that went up there. And
Yeah, so when Lochte was up there and he's about to get his scores or,
No, they went after him?
Yeah.
Did they tackle him?
no.
No, the security guards tackled the protesters.
All right, I got to get a visual of this. How big is the dance stage?
Well,
Because where were the security guards? If I rush the stage,
you got to think the fans are right behind the judges, and the
I
judges
know.
are right
That's
by the
why
stage.
I'm saying, how did the security guys get to them before they got to Ryan?
No,
They went to drink coffee, buddy.
They what?
They went to drink coffee.
Who did?
The security.
they didn't storm the stage like they wanted to beat the hell out of Lochte.
Oh,
kind
so
of
they
thing.
walked
They
up to him?
walked up there,
Okay.
going, protesting against him being on there.
Do you know who Ryan Lochte is? Krista? He's an Olympic swimmer.
Krista, you should have said something earlier. I could have given you the whole breakdown of Ryan Lochte.
No, I'm glad she didn't.
Okay.
We don't want to hear it. It's an old Olympic story. It's about a guy who went to Brazil. He's a swimmer for the U.S. team. He did, I don't know if he even did anything
Vandalism.
wrong. Yeah,
Vandalism in Brazil, and he blamed the Brazilian people for what he did.
Brazilian police.
I don't know if he blamed him for what he did. He just didn't like how he was being treated.
He said he had a gun pointed at his head.
Yeah.
But he never brought up the fact that they vandalized the bathroom at the gas station.
Right, Lochte did.
Right.
Yeah. But he didn't blame the Brazilians for what he did. He blamed them for how he was treated after committing the crime.
But he made it up.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
He made it up?
Yeah, he didn't have a gun pointed at his head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was all a lie.
And he never brought up the fact that he vandalized the bathroom. And
Oh, okay. So anyways, that caught world news. He was on trial with with people. And so it was a story. I don't know why.
I think he got suspended for like 11 months or something, right? But Hope Solo, the soccer player for the U.S. team, she got kicked off the team,
Yeah.
like forever, for making a comment,
Call them cowards, right?
calling the other team cowards.
Or cheaters.
Yeah, Hope Solo's at the end of her career, isn't she?
Yeah, but she's still the best goalkeeper in U.S. history.
And Ryan Lochte is sort of at the end of his career,
Yeah.
too. Because I understand the Worlds were coming up within this 11 months, and he's losing out money there and essentially has to wait, I think it was a couple years. So his career, this suspension was like a career suspension. Anyways,
Oh, well.
all right, back to Krista. I have a question. I'm interested because before the show we were talking about how you do, I think you had a name for it, like a massage.
Abhyanga.
Abhyanga massage.
You be what?
An Abhyanga massage, if you could tell people what it's like. It's not like the massages we get normally, right?
Right.
Okay. I wanna have or do some sort of assessment where we can have you back on, and then I want to be able to tell the listeners what the experience was like, or maybe not even me, maybe somebody else that has digestion issues, like Lou.
Because I don't do actual Abhyanga massages.
Oh, you don't?
I do self ones.
Ah,
But I
okay.
don't do it on other people.
All right, so we'd have to see like a practitioner of
Yep.
that.
You could go
Okay.
up to my school.
Okay.
And then there's other people that I could actually hook you up that would do that for you.
Okay, so we'll address that.
It's one of the
in a little
many
while.
branches
Right.
that you could have gone.
So, what is it? How long of a session? If I came in at the beginning, and I said, "Hey, I got this anxiety. I have like nightmares, claustrophobic, that kind of stuff." We have an assessment. How long of an assessment is that? And then, is it like 3 weeks of treatment and then it's done, or you expect to see improvement within blah, blah, blah? How does it work?
Improvements are all based on individuals and what they go in to the treatments or the whole session in generally just thinking, like what you think about, you bring about is my whole life little quote. But in the beginning, you come in and we have that 1 hour and a half sit down where I do the complete evaluation.
All those questions.
Right. All the questions, the tongue diagnosis and the pulse and everything. And then in 2 weeks, we meet back together and I present you with a report of findings, which in this report, I get to tell you what you are, who you are, and why you're experiencing what you're experiencing. And then I kind of give you a roundabout idea as to the plan that I've implemented for you to get yourself into a more healthier state of mind or physically speaking and whatnot. Then I also set you up with your first 3 recommendations. It could be herbal formulas. It could be like these right here. I brought you guys these.
What do you have for us?
All right. What? Have you seen one? You haven't? Have any of you guys seen these? All right.
I have never seen it. It looks like tongs.
Here, well, no.
For the grill.
Really. These are one of the first things that I teach people, or recommendations, because when I look at a tongue, I can see how much toxins are building up inside your body. So, for example, when you go to bed at night, it's the liver's job to clean out all the stuff, right? All the everything. And then whatever's remaining actually comes out onto your tongue while you are sleeping. So in the morning when you brush your teeth, but you don't really do anything with the tongue. A lot of people will brush the tongue, but that's a total waste of time because all you're doing is moving the stuff back and forth.
Wait a minute, I brush my tongue every morning.
Yeah, you're just pushing it around. You're not actually removing anything.
But it gives me better breath, right? No?
I have a tongue scraper.
This is a real tongue scraper.
Uh-oh.
You literally take this and you, I don't know if you all can see me.
Go ahead.
But you literally, put it in the back of your tongue and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and you rinse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No. Go ahead.
Rinse.
How far do you have to go back? Like
everybody's different because some people, right? They have a gag reflex issue. I don't have a challenge, so it's a matter of you go how far you can go. However, the colon area is what is at the top of your tongue.
What?
That is
the colon.
Yes. Remember how I told you can actually see different body parts and the organs on your tongue.
Okay.
So the colon is towards the back of your tongue. So if you can remove that, you're getting rid of the leftover. My teacher used to say the poop that your body just put in your mouth.
Poop
so
in
you
my
have
mouth?
poop? We have poop on our tongue?
Yes, you do.
Oh, that's really...
So here.
So the next time I go to
These
kiss
are
my
for
girlfriend,
you.
I'm going to be like, we're swapping poop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Krista, you're killing me today.
No, I'm
This is
actually
great.
helping you.
All right, now
So
let me
that's
see.
not a tongue scraper, it's a poop scraper.
It's for your tongue.
Let me see how you do it.
Well, these are for you guys, so I can't really show you. I would have brought mine from home.
Darn.
My whole family has one.
Oh, my God. How much do those cost?
All right, do it to me.
All right, do it
I
to
can't
Mike.
do it to you. You do it to yourself.
Do it to him.
And you're going to want a cup to, catch whatever comes out of the tongue.
It'll be better if you did it to him.
You know what you're doing? You know what you're doing, Mike?
I usually have to charge for something like that.
You know what you're doing when you do that?
What?
You're crapping out of your mouth.
I know. So what I'm saying is grab some tissue or something because as it comes out, you're going to be amazed. But you're going to want to catch it. Unless you want it all over you.
Are we going to gross out?
You might.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious.
I'm not watching.
Look at my cheeks hurt. I'm like,
All right.
okay, no,
Here
okay,
we go.
hold on. You want to hold it like this. Hold it with both hands like that.
2 hands?
Yep. Hold it,
Mike,
and then
Mike, here.
Thank you.
and then you're gonna reach back as far as you can. Don't make
I'm
yourself
gonna poop in my
gag.
lap in a
Yeah, don't
second.
make yourself gay.
Don't make yourself gag, but then you just press it down gently, and then just bring it forward. You do 3 reps of 5.
3 reps of 5 sets.
Yeah,
Wow.
3
3 reps of 5.
What do you mean 3 reps of 5?
First rep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you rinse it.
And then 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then rinse it.
All right.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rinse it. But you only do tongue scraping in the morning because it actually enkindles your digestion. So if you were to do it late at night,
Oh, poop, I mean.
Poop on his pants, buddy.
did you see it?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's sick, man. Come
Okay. righty then.
Do it again. Oh no, but he's only going. He
He's going-
needs to go like this, right?
You don't have to go super fast. You're gentle with your body. That's the whole Ayurvedic
Am I doing it
experience.
right?
It's self. I'm sorry.
Am I doing it right?
Yes, you are.
She sort of hesitated on that.
Yeah, I heard that.
It's like, look at all that crap coming out
Yeah.
of you.
I'm glad you put that napkin down.
Ew.
Thank you for the advice.
You're absolutely welcome.
Keep going.
No, stop.
Huh? He has to do 3 sets of 5. He just hit his 5th rep.
Yeah, I did.
Now he's got to do 2 more times like that, right? Mm-hmm. You got to be faster, bro.
All right.
Once you start doing it,
It sounds like a sheep. He's a sheep going to slaughter. Stop it. Come on.
there go the
This
cheeks.
is interesting.
That is so gross.
It's one of the first things I have my clients do.
Are you serious? So if I came to your office, you're going to go scrape
Nope.
her tongue?
No, I don't do it like that. I give them a tongue scraper
okay,
in my
okay.
recommendations. And then because that's what I try to do, and that's what Ayurveda does. We're trying to install healthy lifestyle changes,
Right.
within their day-to-day life.
So, all right, with us doing this on a daily basis, right? Generally in the morning, or is this always in the morning?
It's always every day in the morning before you
Okay.
brush your teeth.
So we get the crap out of our mouth, for
Yep.
lack of better words. We get the crap out. What happens after that? Do we notice a difference
You
because
will
of
have
that?
fresher breath because you've just removed everything. Think of like
I'm
a
making face, like moving my tongue and my mouth as she talks.
Yeah, because you gag.
Yeah.
You're a
yeah,
gagger.
I am. Go
Just
ahead.
don't stick it in there as far. You'll be okay.
Oh, God bless. Jeez.
That's what I say to all my gaggers.
Oh, yes.
I am refraining. It's almost like impossible to refrain.
man,
you know what,
I
guys?
got so much
You know
material
what?
right now.
I have material for
All
you.
right, shoot.
I'm
Just don't stick
I'm
it
gonna
all the
make
way
this
in.
no. I'm gonna make this a multiple choice. Christa, I'm gonna make the statement, and you give 3 different choices.
Okay.
Christa also has another job. Okay, and they're one of the next 3 jobs. You choose. Go ahead. 3 jobs. Yep. Think. All right, I'll name one.
Thank you.
I'll name one.
I was thinking of
because I
airplane
know what
stewardess.
she does. Actually, I'll name 2, and you come up with the third one.
Okay.
You just wiped your tongue, so you got the crap out of your mouth.
I can taste it.
Oh, can you really?
No.
Okay.
But does it feel? How does it feel?
It feels fresher. Mm-hmm. It really does.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
All
dead serious.
Awesome. We're gonna have to try that.
We recommend that one just because it's like the one that you're going to notice immediate results with.
Oh, that was pretty immediate.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's 2 positions. You name the third one.
Okay.
Come up with something good.
Okay.
Okay. Dental hygienist. Got that?
Yep.
Algebra instructor in high school. Did you guys already do a Google search?
No, I sent you a picture of Mike scraping his tongue.
Oh. All right. Dental hygienist, algebra instructor at high school level. What? Give me a third one. Come up with something.
Like for real?
Yeah. Come up. Yeah. What's the third choice?
For current position, right?
Yeah.
A lingerie specialist.
Whoa, that's a good
Oh,
one.
snap.
All right, so you got 3 choices: dental hygienist, algebra instructor, high school level, and what did you say?
A lingerie specialist.
Lingerie specialist.
Is there all of the above?
No, it's not
Okay.
all of the above.
All right.
You could be mistaken.
That's true. I could be. Yeah.
The secret life of Christa.
I'm going to say the algebra teacher.
Okay, Lou? He wasn't even paying attention. Algebra?
Eh.
Juma, what do you... Huh? Lingerie?
Yeah, I knew he would pick that.
All right, give us the answer.
Adult toys and lingerie specialist.
Oh, No wonder why she wants to get the shit out of my... poop out of my mouth.
Well, I was to say, for that gag reflex, we have something for that over there.
Oh, nice.
A couple things.
What do you have for that?
We have numbing sprays, and we also have a lotion that desensitizes has benzocaine in it.
Did you put that in your mouth?
No.
On the...
We put that on him, which eventually goes back there to the back of the throat.
Oh, my God.
That's really interesting.
So
However,
Mike wants that spray.
It works great, like in the winter season, and you're getting like congestion or whatever, like a sore throat.
Oh,
Hey, after Saturday, do you need that, Mike?
Eddie's.
Why does he always turn red when we start going in that direction?
A lot of people do.
Is it okay? When not to get into this
That's okay.
too much.
It pays the way.
It does it do pretty good for you?
7 years.
Wow. So is this like I don't want to like
That's okay. Ask me anything. I've heard
trivialize
it all.
but is it like a Tupperware thing where you go to the houses
Yes.
and blah blah blah?
Yep.
Okay, and they have a catalog that they can order from.
Yeah.
And all that. Okay.
Yep, a website.
And so do you build like a team too under
No.
you? So it's all yours.
Yes. We're different than the other ones that are out there for the simple fact that we carry a full line of lingerie. We're the same manufacturer as Fredericks of Hollywood. Carry size is extra small all the way up to 6X because every woman deserves to feel beautiful.
Right.
And we also deliver our products the night of the show, which many of the other people don't. You might get one or two, but we carry it all.
Oh, really? So you
Really,
have
really.
a bag of toys when you're coming.
6.
A 6
Yeah.
bags?
And then a big lingerie crate and a big lingerie rack. And yeah.
What? That's a big party. And-
We got a big place.
at the Rock. How would that go over?
Well,
Watch us bring in like just record numbers.
Mike, be careful. After Saturday, be careful what you say at the mic.
Yeah, be
I have
careful.
a great product that would be.
What?
I actually recommend this to my female clients before they go on their cycling.
Okay.
I think you should be able to.
Does it
figure
make
out.
them in a happier mood?
Absolutely.
For real? All right,
real,
let's
for
hear
real.
it. Let's hear
makes
it.
people in
Oh,
a happier
no.
mood. I miss that.
I can't
Yeah.
do that. You're guys.
It's like pre.
You put it right on the doorbell, and they're like jumper cables for women.
You put
so-
it right on the
Yep.
doorbell.
You have a front door, you have a back door, and you have a doorbell.
Ding dong.
Woo!
He got it.
Ding dong.
So that gets them in a better mood, like a
Much
real better mood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. This conversation has gone to a great place. I like this
We
talk.
even have it in flavors.
Keep it talking.
I can't hear. I'm like surprised.
Old?
I'm old too. Yeah.
That's the name of the company. Surprise parties.
Is it really?
It is.
Okay, so you go to these places or these homes, right? It's not businesses. Do you go to businesses too?
I've been many places.
Really?
Really, really.
Now, you did this before you got into Ayurveda, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Before
And-
that was mortgage. I was going to say mortgage broker, but I'm like, there's nothing exciting about that.
Oh, we had James on Friday.
I wasn't a broker. I worked for the lender.
Yeah,
And then-
he's a lender.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had fun, so it's not boring.
Oh, no, it's not. I did it for 5 years.
Yeah, you're a mortgage broker and lingerie and adult toys sales rep.
I've been many things. Worn many hats.
All right, let's hear the other hats.
Really?
Yeah, come on.
Nothing's as exciting as that one.
As the lingerie and adult toys?
Right.
Okay. Well,
There
let's
were
hear them anyway.
sales.
What else did you do?
Let's start from the beginning. When I was 8, I used to babysit.
Okay, all right. Forget it.
Right.
Let's start with the adult toys.
Thank you.
All right, so you do that too, in addition to Ayurveda.
Yes.
Do you ever see a transition? Like,
yes.
You get clients from
from
like the adult toys, and they get to
it's
know
a totally
you.
different hat. I don't
It is.
wear the
You don't-
Ayurvedic hat
you
unless I'm
can't.
in the shopping room and questions. Well, actually, no. When I'm doing my spiel about why I do surprise parties, because surprise parties has supported me throughout many different lifestyle changes. I'll mention the fact that it has recently put me through school for the Ayurvedic healthcare. And so in the shopping room, that's where everybody's questions come out, because it's private. Some people will ask, so I might give them a card or, that kind of thing. But
see, I can see like this whole energetic Ayurvedic theme, or I don't know, practice, background in the whole sexual world, or feeling good or reaching a state of ecstasy, how that could translate. Can't that help?
You might be referring to like Karma Sutra. That's a very ancient,
I've heard of that,
and
but
whatnot.
isn't sort of what you do on the Ayurvedic level, couldn't that translate?
Depends on what your dosha you're referring to, because certain doshas should have sex certain times and not other times. Yeah, oh yeah.
Come on.
That was like one of the biggest things that I learned. One of my first clients, she was totally affecting her ojas within her body, which was making her sicker because she had a pitta for a boyfriend that needed it daily, and she was vata, and she was only supposed to do it 2 times a month.
Oh my God. That's a havoc waiting to happen. All right, how can you all right, I'm what am I? A vata pitta? Mm-hmm. What am I supposed to be doing?
2 times an hour.
You deplete your ojas, which is your ojas is kind of in
I don't know if we should announce.
I
don't know if we should go publicly.
I got a lot of orange
juice. But that's
juice.
what makes you sick, kind of. It dabbles in your immune system. That's the Ayurvedic aspect of things.
Okay. I just want to know how I should be practicing.
I would have to do a full, complete evaluation on you to find out.
Ooh, I want to know now.
Sorry. But pittas usually, they're every 2 times. No, kappas are 2 times a week. Pitta, because they're the heavier elements, they need to sweat to keep themselves balanced. Pittas are every 2 weeks, and vatas are twice a month.
Are there anybody who's daily?
Nope.
There's no one who...
The only one that could handle daily would be a kappa.
Yeah.
Well, you know what my nickname was.
Kaepernick. Coppernick.
Copperdick.
Copperdick. That's good.
I've heard of the kappa feel, but...
Kappa feel. All right. This is really like deep stuff. Mm-hmm. So when people come in, do they ask you a lot of questions? Like, all right, you're naming me this, you're naming me that. Can you write this down on a card for me so I know what the heck I am and I can refer to it? Because it's like...
I give them a folder.
You do?
Yeah, with a report in it, and then I give handouts for recipes or like instructions on tongue scraping or the neti, whatever my recommendations are. I provide it all.
Yeah, I definitely want to go through an assessment. If it's not me, it's one of my guys or someone that we know, that we want them to experience that and see the results, and then have them on as well, so that you're both here. You can both sort of. It's almost like a collaboration on the podcast.
It does take time. It's the holistic world. You can't expect, and that's the challenge in our society today. Is everybody's looking for those immediate results, whereas you're in the holistic. I've been doing this for 2 years, and I'm still growing through making my lifestyle changes, which have been tremendous. Like I used to eat in front of the TV. I don't eat in front of the TV anymore. Who knew that made a difference in my digestion? But it made a difference in the digestion.
What do? You eat at the table?
Yep.
And that has an effect on your digestion.
Yep, because when you're sitting in front of a TV, you're actually digesting what you're watching, not what you're eating.
You mean I'm digesting Hillary and Trump while I'm supposed to be eating chicken?
Well, I've been watching Narcos when I eat.
So you're turning into a gangster.
I'm like ingesting cocaine.
Yeah.
How does that affect you then? If I'm, are you just saying like a vibe? It's giving you bad energy, or
no? You digest through all your senses. So your digestion, your actual digestion, has the lowest priority of all your systems. So when you're doing more than one type of thing, that's the last one to actually get props for it.
Okay.
Or you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's the last one to
this
do
is
it.
really
That's that little
interesting.
wives' tale. Remember when your grandparents, you can't go swimming for 30 minutes after. Right. And that's actually a true statement.
Right.
Who knew that? I didn't know that.
I did.
Why can't you?
Because you're interfering with your digestive system, the digesting process. So it like stops because now your other system that's going to be creating, your exercise and everything like that.
I thought it had something to do with the water too. Like
No.
it paralyzed your
Just
digestive.
exercise?
It's because you're
any
turning
sort of
one
exercise?
system down and you're starting up a new one.
Yeah.
And the digestion needs that time to actually do what it has to do to complete that process.
So if we have you do a treatment or treatments on somebody, how long before we have you back on where we can have you and that person that was treated give some sort of testimony on the treatment?
How committed would they be?
Well, I guess we'd have to find somebody that'd be willing to, do what you're saying. And it has to be somebody that probably, I'm assuming this, that's sort of at the end of the rope with all the other stuff. It's not working. I'm tired of this. I have one person in mind. I just don't know if they're going to do it, but I'll ask. Mm-hmm. And if so, I believe that person will be committed. How long would you say before we have you on? And
again, everybody's different. So it depends on what's going on with them, how severe it is, where it lies in the pathogenesis, and, how severe it's gotten. However, we start off with simple little things that are going to make that a little bit of a transition right off the bat, or a difference right off the bat.
All right, let's just take a wild guess.
Herbs, if you're working with herbs, you'll get a faster a faster response, although if you're working with mind herbs, that takes twice as long for it to actually even get there. But there are little things. So my initial package that I offer right now is enough to kind of get you going. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I had one client where she was experiencing gas and bloating every day for as long as she can remember. I looked at her diet, and she would have her eggs for breakfast and her banana for her mid-morning snack. Then she'd eat lunch and mid-afternoon snack and then dinner.
So she's eating timely meals, but the wrong meals.
Well, it was her banana. The banana, the elements of the banana are extremely heavy, and if you look at it in a biological way, when you eat food, it takes about 3 hours for that to pass. The food goes down the esophagus, goes into the small intestine where it starts to get churned, where your pitta actually starts to do its thing. And actually, no, I totally skipped a step. But there's that valve, and you're churning. If you eat something and that's about to open, because it won't open until everything is perfectly smooth, or that right consistency. And if you eat something, you just drop something new, and now you got chunky versus smooth. You just shut that down.
So everything's sort of fighting each other.
Right. It just shut it down, and now that valve's not going to open, so now you're creating spoilage, because now what's ready to pass can't, and what's now that other it becomes
spoilage, which then wrecks with your gut.
Yes, with the gas, and that's when you usually experience the gas and bloating and things of that nature.
So a banana, which could be good for me, could be totally bad for you, just on a digestive level.
Depending on your Prakritis and your Vikritis, your doshas.
Your doshas. I was going to get to that.
Yep, and your symptoms that you're feeling.
Okay. Yeah, that's really interesting. Because
so she knocked out her banana. She didn't knock it out. I told her to put it to the afternoon snack, and she hasn't experienced anything since.
Oh, okay. Now she craps out of her mouth too, right? She does all that?
Everybody does.
All right. So do you, with every client, do you have them do this? That thing with the tongue. What is that? What do you call that?
A tongue scraper.
Tongue scraper.
Yep.
All right.
I did meet one client that had one in her drawer, but she didn't use it properly. She only used it like a couple of times, and then it went back in the drawer. So once I showed her how to actually use it, now she uses it every day and absolutely loves it.
I'm going to try this.
How often do you use that?
Every day?
Can you repeat the routine for that again?
You do 3 reps of 5 in the morning only. It ignites your digestive fire.
Mike. Or
Jeff.
Lou. Can we give a shout out to our sponsors while I think about it?
Yeah, why don't you do that, Lucifer?
Or
here we go again, folks. We'd like to give a little shout out to Route 20 Outhouse.
hey, I got some good news with Route 20. We got some major things going on with them. That's the good news. So we're gonna ask everyone to stay tuned for the good news.
Stay tuned, everybody, for the good news,
Yeah,
the big
and,
news.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but it's a good thing. The owner of Route 20, he had a procedure done today, and we just keep him in our thoughts. Make sure everything's good. We're thinking about you, Ray.
Yes,
That was
we
it.
are.
You can go on to the next one now.
Okay, we're praying for you, Ray. Okay, let's talk about another sponsor. That would be
The
Andre Galvo seminars
That's
coming
not
up.
a sponsor, but it's
Right.
our event, which comes up October 1st and 2nd. Right now, one day is $130. One-day ticket is $130. There's a gi and a no-gi day. The gi day is on Saturday. No-gi is on Sunday. If you want to be in both, it's only $190. So you're getting about $70 knocked off just by adding that second day. And we're going to be doing some things at this seminar that probably don't happen at many seminars. I know we got a raffle going on. So there'll be food amongst other things.
Yeah, and those seats are filling up fast, so hurry up and get your tickets while they last.
The other thing, I don't know if you want to bring it up, is
Combat Corner competition coming up this Saturday. Be there
this Saturday.
this Saturday. And there's going to be over 400 competitors
That's what
live
Dan was saying.
at
He
West
expects
Dallas
that, yeah.
Central. Be there. It's going to be one of the greatest grappling competitions in the world.
What's that, Lou?
Podcast will be there live.
Yes, the Rok Podcast will be at Combat Corner. We're giving away a couple of Galvo tickets to the Absolute. I think we only have one Absolute winner, he said. But I think we can maybe give away another one. We'll think of something. We'll be creative.
And listen up, folks. If you want to meet Lou Perez live, he will be there.
He is, yeah.
He is going to be there.
He will not only be on the podcast, he will be rolling on the ground.
You'll see him compete and represent the Rok Podcast.
He's dieting right now. He might, you know what? He'll roll and then he'll show up on the podcast with like a black and blue cheek or something. That would be awesome. He got his arm stuck in an arm bar. He's got one arm left for the podcast. No, not Lou. He's going to win. He's going to win.
I really think Lou is probably the greatest in jiu-jitsu, maybe
Ever.
like in the whole world. not just like The Rock. He's probably the best ever.
He does look sexy in his rash guard.
Oh man, I mean, if you want to see a guy in a rash guard,
See Lou.
see Lou, and you will see him this weekend. West Dallas Central.
At what time?
At what time?
I think it's noon or after. What would you say, Juma, when Lou would be competing? Probably afternoon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think they have the kids go first. Yeah.
That would start at noon.
Yeah, the kids go first, and then we have I think they usually do the gi, and they start with the white belts. So if you want to see Lou in a gi, it's around noonish to whatever 2.
You know what? I'm gonna
But
make
I'd rather
it.
see Lou in a rash guard.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna put this out to the listeners. If you come by the podcast and say we came here to see Lou in a rash guard, we got something to give you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I want to know what this is. I don't know where you're going with this. It could be dangerous. Christa, do you want to see Lou in a rash guard?
My mind went to two separate places because you're talking ghee and then rash guard. So ghee we use in Ayurveda, and rash guard we have a shaving cream that prevents the rash from coming back.
That's Lou. That's what they want to see Lou in.
They're going to see, instead of putting that oil or that deep blue stuff on, Lou's going to put that cream on to prevent rashes.
Oh, no, it's for razor burn. Razor burn.
He's going to have that all over his body.
Oh, I thought you meant he was going to put the cream on for the doorbell.
Well. So where did you say the ghee is in Ayurveda? She's stuttering. What is the ghee applied to in Ayurveda?
It has multi-purposes.
Like?
You can use it on anything that's burning on your body. I eat it. You can use it as a carry.
Ghee?
You do.
What is ghee?
It's where you take like 4 sticks of butter and you boil down the butter, and then when you'll get a separation that occurs.
Yeah.
All the bad fats start floating to the top, and then like the bad fats from the butter.
That's what I do with my coffee. I put what do they call it? Organic butter in my coffee, and there's always a film at top.
Is it just organic butter? Because I use organic butter to make my ghee.
All right. It's organic butter. Just organic butter.
Okay.
So I take a little sliver, put it in my coffee, it melts.
Organic butter is really good compared to the other stuff.
Yeah, it tastes good. I could just eat butter.
A lot of people could.
Yeah, it's all right. Anyways, go back to the ghee.
Well, we use it for medicinal purposes. If you're taking capsules, it's great for a digestion aid. So you could take it with capsules. You can, like I said, you can use it on anything that's burning. We use it in eye treatments for people with eyes like mine that are super hot with the pita and everything.
So what is
just
ghee
use it
made
in
of?
lieu of butter.
What is ghee made of?
Butter.
It's just butter.
You take 4 sticks of organic unsalted butter, put them in a pan, melt it down, bring it to a boil, and then it's going to start to separate. You're going to have a foamy top.
Right.
And then it's going to sound like popcorn, actually, the little poppings. But you get that separation. You'll know it's ready when you can move the foam aside and you see more of like a clearish yellow liquid.
Okay.
And you just pour that into a jar, and you can use
4
it
sticks.
in lieu of butter.
Okay.
Or oils.
Ah, really? I'm going to try this.
Much healthier option.
Okay, so in a pan, not in a boiling pot or anything like that.
You can do it in a boiling pot. Traditionally, you would want cast iron, but, who has cast iron?
I do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I do.
Do you really? Hey, I have one in the camping gear, but...
So I boil the butter, wait for that bubbly, popcorny noise, move it off to the side.
You can take like whatever kind of spoon,
okay.
And just move the foam over because it's underneath that you want to watch it.
Right.
Because it will burn quickly.
Yeah, so you scoop it up, put it in a jar.
I actually take, I have a specific jar. I use a super fine strainer, and then you can either use cheesecloth or, well, in my house, I don't drink coffee anymore, but I still had coffee filters. So I use the coffee filter, put that over the strainer, and then just pour it in.
Okay. All right, so you're getting at those different levels or properties. And then, so now that the stuff with the jar, you use that in lieu of butter.
Yep.
On toast, if you eat bread or anything else. Very interesting. All right.
Ayurvedic is also like cooking, Like when we were talking before, you were wanting to know how can you tell the difference between somebody that knows what they're doing or somebody that doesn't. I was reading an article today. They were considered mainstream Ayurvedic people, but they just say, do this type of cleanse and you'll be A-okay. But yet there's so much more to it.
So what would I look for if I was looking at looking for help for Ayurvedic? If I walked in, is there a certain question that I ask? Credentials?
You want to know who they learned from.
Oh, and who should I know? I mean, who's the guy that they learned from? That Dr. Ladd or
Dr. Ladd?
Ladd.
Mm-hmm. He's like the original.
He's like the king of this practice.
He's the one that came over from Ayurveda. His lineage is dated all the way back, and he came from a village that actually was named, what it translated to, a village of healers.
Uh-huh.
So he's originated, and back then that's when they're like things you write down, like we have all the books and stuff like that documented a lot of things. But in their society back in the day, they were called mantras and sutras and all these kind of things. But the knowledge was passed on through song and through dance.
Okay.
So that's how he was raised. So he's an original.
Okay. All right.
There's also Dr. Frowley and
a lot of. Why don't we do this? First of all, I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I find it very interesting, and I really mean it. I want to talk to somebody, see if they would go through this, and over a period of time, I'd like you to tell us, hey, let's go back on the podcast. I'd like to share, what happened, as long as they're open to it, and they're committed, because you don't want a skewed representation of your practice.
Well, if you're not committed to it, you won't get the results.
Right. Yeah, just like anything.
Yeah.
You don't want part-time results.
No.
Yeah. I want to thank you. I want to set something up for you to have you back on so that people can hear this almost like treatment experience, bring it to their living room or to their headset and try to spark some interest on that, because I think I'm not a pharmaceutical guy. I don't want to take anything unless I absolutely need to, and I hate even doing it then.
Yeah, same.
So I'm not a big guy on pain reliever. I just think it's a Band-Aid.
I grew up in the society where you walk it off.
Yeah. Those are the old days.
Yeah.
Put some dirt on it.
Yep.
Were you going to say that, Mike?
Yes, I was.
But anyways,
rub some dirt on it.
Rub some dirt on it. There you go.
Same day.
We definitely want to have you back on here. I want to talk to you some more offline here, and I look forward to it as long as you'd like to be back on here.
Absolutely.
Is there anything you want to say to the listeners out there? If they like contact information, give them your phone number if you want. A place to go, website, Facebook page.
My website, you can visit me there. It's the www.simplyayurveda.net, which is spelled AYURVEDA.net.com.
You know what, Lou? Let's try to put that on as our guest on Facebook. Like if we could put her information on there, because that's a difficult word to spell.
Oh, yeah.
And plus you have the .net.
Yeah.
And if somebody clicks on it, takes it to them right there. Yeah.
And every once in a while I'll still spell it wrong.
Yeah. I can see that. Anything else?
My phone number 847-351-3044.
And her name is Christa
Boudreau.
Boudreau.
Kenosha.
And she has another job too. So if you're interested in that, you can go to her for that.
That's christab.surpriseparties.com.
What was that?
christab.surpriseparties.com.
All right, so you got both. Plug in both
parties.
of them. Surprise parties.
Surprise.
That was interesting. We got to find out that we crap out of our mouth.
Yes.
I don't know if I am, but she thinks I'm Avada Pitta. Pittavada.
Which means you have no memory intake whatsoever.
That's an imbalance.
Yeah. And I pinch like a banana, the shape of a banana, and it sinks to the bottom.
And no skid marks.
You know what's funny about this? I'm going to be talking about this tonight. The conversation.
Welcome to my dinner table every day.
You can't help it but talk about this.
You forgot, too, that she's got some spray for your gag situation, too.
That was for you. Oh, my God.
We have two different kinds. You guys can try them out and let me
know.
know.
No, I'm not trying them out. Somebody else will try them out. Christa, it's been a blast. We want to have you again. Make sure you let people see your broadcast.
Absolutely.
We want you to get the business Rock Nation.
Thanks, Krista.
Thursday, we have Patty Mason, Pepper Spray Patty.
Love her.
She will be here Thursday at, I believe it's noon. If not, you'll see an update on the time. Until then, Rock Nation, thanks for listening. We are out.